Getting the most out of class lectures requires the ability to produce good notes. This video will address the organizing steps necessary to produce high-quality class notes, as well as provide an overview of 3 in-class note-taking strategies: outlining, graphic organizers, and Cornell study sheets. Taking good class notes begins with getting organized. Before attending lecture, you should complete any assigned readings. Not only will completing assigned readings ahead of time help you understand the lecture material, it will also reinforce what belongs in your notes. If you recognize that lecture material repeats what you have already read, you know that material is important and should be included in your notes. In addition, if you find your instructor's lecture style challenging, being familiar with the material prior to the lecture will help you identify key concepts and will help you ask follow-up questions. When you arrive for lecture, select a seat that forces you to pay attention to the task at hand. Try sitting at the front of the class or in the instructor's T-zone. Arrive to class early and remove distractions, such as your cell phone, from your line of sight. If you're continuing with the same material, take a few moments to review your notes from the last lecture. This will help connect what you just learned to what you are about to learn and prime your mind for greater understanding. Before the lecture begins, label your notes thoroughly, identifying the course name, the date, and if known, the lecture topic. Jot down chapter numbers that may relate to the lecture, and always number your pages in the unlikely event that your notes get mixed up later. Finally, as the lecture begins, listen and watch for cues that information is important and should be included in your notes. Listen for phrases like "most importantly," or "the first step in this process," or "a good example of this." In addition, pay attention to changes in your instructor's volume, speed, or inflection. Many instructors highlight key points by speaking louder, speaking slower, or changing the way they emphasize words. There are several ways to take notes. One of the most common ways is outlining or recording main ideas and supporting details as they are presented on separate lines, using indentations and number levels to indicate importance. Begin an outline by recording a key concept at the top of the page. Under this key concept, record main ideas that are related to the key concept, beginning at the left-hand margin, labeling them with Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, etc. Underneath main ideas, indent to the right and record secondary ideas that relate to the main idea, labeling them with uppercase letters A, B, C, etc. under the Roman numerals. Continue this process of indentation to record major supporting details, labeled with numbers 1, 2, 3, under uppercase letters, and minor supporting details, labeled with lowercase letters A, B, C, etc. under numbers. If labeling with levels of numbers and letters is confusing during the lecture, leave them out of your initial outline and label them later during your notes review. Leave lots of space between main ideas, secondary ideas, and supporting details so that you can fill in incomplete ideas after the lecture, as well as plug in information from the text. Here is an example outline template. Notice that this template has a place to label the outline with a date, as well as a place to write a key concept, the title, supported by main ideas, the Roman numerals, and secondary ideas, the uppercase letters. This particular template lacks major and minor supporting details, numbers, and lowercase letters. If you're a visual learner, or if you encounter instructors who do not lecture in an organized method, you might consider using a graphic organizer or concept map to take class notes. In concept mapping, you begin by recording a main idea in the middle of the page, not the top of the page. As main ideas relating to the key concept begin to form, record them near the key concept, draw circles around them, and connect them to the key concept. Then, as secondary ideas are revealed, record them near their corresponding main ideas, draw circles around them, and connect them to their main idea. As major and minor supporting details emerge, record them near their corresponding secondary ideas, draw circles around them, and connect them to their secondary ideas. At the conclusion of the lecture, label connecting lines to illustrate the relationships between key concepts and main ideas and secondary ideas and details. The result is a map or interconnected ideas. Here is a simple concept map. Notice that this concept map has a key concept, trees, in the middle of the page, two main ideas, oxygen and wood, and a number of secondary ideas. Notice also the way that the connections are labeled to illustrate the nature of the relationship between concepts. Trees give oxygen and wood. Oxygen is important to humans, plants, and animals. Wood is used to build houses, paper, and furniture. A third note-taking system is the Cornell method. To utilize this method, begin by dividing the sheet of paper or a Word document into 3 sections as shown, 2 columns on top of a single row. During lecture, take notes in the right-hand note-taking area, utilizing an outline or a graphic organizer if you prefer. At the conclusion of the lecture, highlight, circle, or underline key concepts in the note-taking area and copy those into the left-hand Q column. Then, write a short summary of the notes on this page in the Summaries column. The result is a study sheet that you will find valuable as you prepare for exams. Here's a Cornell study sheet template. You might consider creating a number of these sheets before attending lecture. Hopefully you found this short presentation on note-taking systems helpful. For more information on note-taking, including determining which system is right for you, contact Butler's Learning Resource Center.